Hey again, peeps. How you doing? How is everyone doing? Happy Sunday. God, it's been a long week. It's been a long week. How is everybody doing? Hope everyone is well. I'm going to do a bit of PK this evening. It's going to be pretty short. It may only be like an hour or something. Because it's been a long week. Hey, Wes. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Space Fascist. What a name. Hey, Mrs. T. It's no prison. It's my wall. It's my wall. It does look a bit like a prison, but then I guess it would always look a bit like a prison. How's everyone's Sunday going? What's it? Did everyone had? I bet Lindsay, I bet you had a nice Sunday roast. What we're going to do today is, hey Elephant, how you doing? As I said, this will be a fairly short stream. I'll probably only do like an hour or something, hour and a half. Hey Weston, we're going to attempt today roast beef with all the trimmings. Nice. I don't think I've had roast beef in so long. I'm trying to think the last time I had roast beef. I think the last time I had roast beef, we were allowed to go to the pub, so I had it in the pub. Going to Anderson's birthday party today. Nice. That'd be cool. So what we're going to try and do is I'm going to make a start on this. Hold on. I'm going to show you. Let's go to that screen. So this is from Jurassic World Evolution. I thought I'd give this a go so it's a viewing gallery. I'm basically just going to rip off the building that exists in this game because it looks kind of cool. I think I can do everything there. There's nothing there that I don't think I can't do. So that would be pretty cool. It's not the best of pictures. There's a few others. And we'll just kind of make a start on this tonight. For a bit. It's kind of interesting. Maybe we need to kind of, I mean, it's basically a box, a square box, rectangular. It's the roof that makes it interesting. Do you want a better picture of the game? I think that one's pretty good, but yeah, you could definitely put some more pictures in the Discord if you want. That would be helpful. That's alright, Rem, no worries. It's going to be pretty chill. It's been a long week, so I think this is probably just going to be like an hour and a half or something. So let's go back to... Let's get on with it, shall we? So I'm going to keep that up on the monitor over there. So if you see me looking over there, I'm looking at the reference picture. We'll see how we get on. BRB... Time for bed, little man's bedtime, is it? Fair dues. So let's start recording. Dom's gone. Dom gone. Hey Zakin, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. I didn't get the chance to see your new video yet, but it looks cool. Wish I'd play this game. Yeah, it's not too far. It's not too far. It won't be that long. And we'll have ironed all the annoying creases and things out by the time you get to play it, hopefully. Right, take off my PZ brain. Disconnect my PZ brain and my PZ hand that has all of the muscle memory of PZ and put back in my PK brain. So it does look a little bit like Auschwitz. I'm just putting it out there. Trying to fix house because it's so laggy. Well, it's lucky you got it free, isn't it? Don't complain about something you got for free. It's not that laggy. You just got to play with the settings. Look on Google. Ask in the House Flipper group chat in Discord. Everybody will be able to give you the settings you need, I'm sure. That or you've just got a bad computer that doesn't run it. But it's a really old game, so it should work. Right. So I'm not even going to... I'm kind of just going to leave that sitting there for now. I think we're just going to kind of work on this thing over here. Obviously, I've got no habitat attached to what I've created yet, but I think we'll just kind of see if I can do something with this recreation. Actually, maybe it'd be better off over there. I'll put it over that screen next to the chat. That might be better. Right, so it's basically a box. Will you play the Planet Zoo once the DLC is out? I haven't finished playing Planet Zoo. I'm playing Planet Zoo and I put a Planet Zoo video out yesterday. There will be loads of Planet Zoo stuff continuing on the channel. For sure. I'm not going anywhere with my Planet Zoo. I have in fact started, well, in the last like 3 days, I've started 3 new series on Planet Zoo. Okay, Western. So we talk. This is Prehistoric Kingdom, dude. So I'm happy for you to coordinate what you need to do in the Discord, but House for Conversation in the Prehistoric Kingdom. There's a thing in the Discord that lets you set what games you're interested. All you have to do is press that button, and you'll see all the House Flipper stuff. But yeah, as you got the game for free, I'm not really going to give you a lot of time. I'm not going to give you a lot of time in my Prehistoric Kingdom stream to explain what you need to do. It's all there in the Discord. If not, just ask someone in the Discord. Do I want a dino in the picture? You can do. You can do. I mean, I'm not going to obsess too much about getting this 100% accurate, but we'll just kind of get it going. Let's get. I quite like a little. I need some sort of reference thing for the size of people. I need a new angry archer. Come on, weirdos, let's go. Let's go, zombies. Let's be having ya. Okay, that'll do. I guess it's like 2 meters, isn't it? They seem like they're really small. Do they not seem like they're really small? So if that's a 4 meter block, I guess if he's down on the which Planet Zoo DLC animal am I most excited for? Probably, I mean, to be honest, kind of all of them, but which one would I say? I guess 2 meters is probably a reasonable guide, isn't it? A 2 meter post. I think the monkeys, I think the proboscis monkeys, they look really cool. That screenshot that came out today looks like it's like they've done a really good job on it. It sounds like they're going to be redoing the Binturong as well, which is a bit harsh, I think. But considering that people haven't seen it, everyone's written it off before we've seen it. But I think it's a really good pack. I think it's a really good DLC, to be honest. I don't think this is quite as big as I've got it. Let's go. I'm going to try and avoid using the distort unless I have to on anything structural, because I think it does make things a bit more tricky. You missed it at the beginning, Rem. Hold on, I'll give you a quick shifty as to what I'm doing. So I'm basically trying to recreate this guy. So this is the viewing gallery from Jurassic World Evolution. So I've got that picture and I've got that picture. We're just going to get a start on it. Basically, if I can get this kind of box and this bit. They're pretty simple. I think it's just a concrete It's just going to be a concrete rectangle for now. I think we can kind of get that going. It'll probably be easier if I left the... Yeah, I don't really have room on screen for the reference picture as well, but yeah, we'll keep it like that for now. I've kind of got it over here. If you need to see it again, I can just drag it over. People calling it the Bintu wrong. Yeah. It's quite funny though, really, because I feel like there's been plenty of times when this sort of thing could have come up before. Like, there are other animals that are pretty... Yeah, it's not supposed to be a wildlife documentary. It's a game. I mean, I think Frontier have handled it pretty well, considering it was pretty kind of, pretty kind of vehement dismissal of their work based on 2 screenshots. I mean, I feel like they could probably have taken 2 better screenshots, or a better screenshot of that animal, but it's weird that it does this with the textures in the corner. Like, they've not done anything different at the bottom than at the top, but for some reason it's done it that way around. It doesn't really matter because I'm putting big concrete blocks over the top of that. I think that's reasonable size wise. I mean, it must be pretty gutting for the person that's made that mod as well, that model as well. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Keep angle rotation. I never really understand why it's doing that. So if I use this, see, that's a weird reset. Why is it reset it to that? Maybe it is because of that. But yeah, I think it's a really good. I think it's going to be a really good pack. I think the yeah, I think the free DLC by itself, or the free update, is pretty badass as well, because the billboards are a real big deal. That's so weird. Look at how it's like translated off of the line there. This is definitely one of the biggest challenges in building this at the moment in this game, is that you can't stick stuff. Like, I want it to be perfectly in line with that corner. It's really difficult. Put a lot of pictures in PK. Cheers, dude. Thank you very much. Yeah, the free stuff that we're getting in the DLC. Keep object rotation. The fact that the billboards, the water thing I think is a big deal. Okay, that one's fine now. And now I've got it to work all right. Might just be that I haven't got my head around that at all. So yeah, if you haven't seen the notes on it, you will be able to change the colour of the water, and you'll be able to change, kind of most importantly, the visibility, or basically like the opacity of the water. So I don't think these are that much bigger than that. Maybe we'll go a little bit bigger. So yeah, that's a really big that's a big deal, because they've done all this work with the aquatic animals, and you can't see the bloody things. Hey Christine, good, thank you. A little bit tired, but I'm all right. I had a really yeah, I have pushed it pretty hard this week. And not particularly because of the 6-hour stream, because I didn't feel that bad after that, to be honest, but my eye yesterday was really irritating me. I think I'd got a little kind of sty or something, which sometimes I get when I've like spent too long looking at a screen in a dark room. A lot of hours of being in front of the machine. That's what's done it, I think. Okay, I'm going to look at some of these pics from Wes then. That's the one I want to look at. This is handy, Wes. Thank you very much, dude. So let's go back onto... Let's get that one back up. So there's a side angle. Yeah, good work, my man. You've done an excellent. You've done excellent work. Dear. All right, so yeah, so this is what we're looking at, side profile at the moment. So I wouldn't even notice that bit of wood up there. Oh right, so it's there. I see. They're not the biggest of pictures on the screen, but there you go. Interesting. So there's this like kind of beveled edge to it, or this little shaped edge. That's cool. We can do that. That'd be a nice detail. So that we can follow all the way around then, I guess. So we in fact need to do. We can probably replicate that by. Let's get rid of that one. Let's push that down. We'll just do it on this side first, and then we'll be able to just flip it all around. Hopefully, I'm now off of the grid already, which is what I was saying. Can't wait for the Babarousas. Yeah, they look pretty cool as well. So I think doing something like that is probably the best I can do. I can't get that. It's got like a curved edge. I can't get that curved edge. But if we make it sort of kind of make that does that look pretty even? I think that's pretty even. And then we'll get another one, and this one will stay off of grid as well. Oh, that's not what I want. I said this the other day, I don't find this gizmo, I think it's a really simple thing that they could do to make this slightly easier, just to decrease the size of these squares. Because I said the other day, I think you're far more likely to want to be able to click to translate perfectly on a line than you are to ever want to be able to do two things at once. I don't think I've ever wanted to do that in Planet Zoo. See, look, it just becomes a little bit difficult to click on it because it wants to click on. See, I'm like, as far as my mouse is concerned, I'm over the red arrow. How different is the water in PK versus PZ? It's totally different. At the moment, the water in PZ is not, in PK, I don't think is anything more than just a texture. It's no kind of volume to it. I'll show you in a second. So if I fly over to the water with my camera, I can just go into it, but you just basically go through it. It's like you just kind of glitch through it. It's probably one of the most beta features, one of the most alpha features we've got. You saw my Keeper Bridges video. Cool. Yeah, that one's done really well. So yeah, I think that's all right in terms of an edge. So let me just show you this briefly, Brem. So it looks really cool, but it is literally just like, then I'm under the water and there's nothing that kind of goes on. Hey Lulu, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. But the thing that is super cool about the water in this game is that it's a paintable thing. So unlike in, let's just go over here for a second. Unlike in PZ, where obviously I have to like cut the land and then fill it up. This is like a brush. So I just can go, so this is me using my brush, and I've got these size and depth controls. And I can just go, yeah, and I've placed the water. That's really shallow, and you've got some options as well. But if you blend the two together, you'll notice it does like a, it just does kind of a stop there. I think this is probably quite a long way from where they're going to finish with it, because so at the moment, if you get, I don't think I've got anywhere I can show you this, but I don't think I've got any. No, because I've got no dinos kind of in and out of the water. They don't disturb the water or anything, so when they walk into the water, it's like nothing's happening. Making me son's grilled cheese. Just had a 6-hour drive. Oh, that's a brutal. That's brutal. So is this proportionally like all right? This is my little reference doodah. It's not gonna have, it wouldn't have loads of people in it, but maybe like, I think that's probably all right proportionally. Have you seen the mods for Planet Zoo? Yeah, those guys are absolutely killing it. Lion Rider and all those guys. Leaf and I mean, they're not as good as they're not as good at models, and it is a little bit, I do think some of it's taking a little bit of a liberty, because they are kind of, they're basically a little bit, I don't think, I might be wrong, but they haven't made any new rigs, right? They're all just rigs off of the animations that exist. So some of them are better than others for sure, but I don't know if they've done any new rigs yet. I mean, they're all certainly like decent, and they're considering how little time they've been doing it. It's pretty impressive what they've managed to get done. Let's get that reference picture back up again. So is that, yeah, it's like pieces that go all the way across. Solid concrete pieces. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good DLC. It'd be interesting to see what everybody thinks of it, obviously, because it's our first animal-only DLC in the game. Tell you what we'll do, just to make sure this is definitely in the right place, we'll move this one along. I just like to make sure that the heights are exactly right. So that gap and that gap are the same. Oh, I've just you occasionally will hear me press the keys of control Z ambitiously. Couldn't possibly talk about that, Rem. Hey Earthworm Jim, how you doing? Good name. I have a bit of Earthworm Jim. That was back in the day, wasn't it? I think I had Earthworm Jim on the Amiga. Was it an Amiga game? If not, it was a really early PC game. He was like a superhero, wasn't he, Earthworm Jim? Or not like a... Oh no, maybe not a superhero. Okay, I think at the moment I'm making the back. Call this the back. It doesn't really matter that much because I can just take bits out of it for the front. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I mean, as I said, I think the free DLC by itself is going to be super cool. Who got the PK key? I can't remember off the top of my head. I've got it all written down, and everybody's been contacted. No one's actually physically got the PK key yet because the PK keys are not out for beta. But as soon as I get it, and no one's got the only keys that have been given out since Friday are the planets, the House of the Ones, and the Tenant's key. So that's all been done. The others I've got to wait on. So Frontier obviously have got to give me the three of the keys, and then 2 of them I've got to buy on Tuesday. Not bad, fella. Just finishing with sorting snakes out. Got a lot. I still got the game for the Super Nintendo. Oh man, Super NES. What, the old original Super NES? Epic. I'd love to have. My mate's got basically a bit of a collector of consoles. And he's got all of the old original ones. Is that gonna want? I wonder if that's gonna work. Let's see. Let's get rid of this. I'd love to be able to just flip this round and it'd be nice and easy. You should see. Not so much. This is what happened the other day. This is what happened with the wall, didn't it? With my big wall bits so far. So if I try that again, let's try that again. Switch object to global. Yeah, see, there's something odd about this. But that may well be that I should have built on the global. I shouldn't have turned it. Because this is going to do the same thing that my wall did. Look, it's immediately translated off of the line. Super weird. Hey Jay Rassick, how you doing, buddy? Hope you had a good weekend. That's it. Can't you wait to see the Malayan tapir? I have to say, probably out of all of them, that's the one I'm least excited about, because it's basically the same, isn't it? I think it's basically the same as the beds. Maybe that's me being an idiot. This bothers me. This line here bothers me, that it's out of alignment with that one. And why is there why can I see light through there? Oh, I can't. Is it just catching the light? SNES is also known yeah, SNES, and it still works to this day. When we're on a 6 and now 30. What? Same one. You've done well. You've done very well. I bet you have to blow into the cartridges though, don't you? I bet you have to give the old cartridge a blow every now and again. Come on, GoldenEye! In you get. I didn't used to have I was poor. We were poor. So we never had consoles, but my one of my friends had a. Why did I just move that? I didn't mean to move that. I meant to just copy it. yeah, people always had, like, you had friends who either were Mega Drive, or they were either Sega or they were Nintendo when I was at school. And so if you wanted to play Nintendo, you had to go to a certain friend's house. Get to a particular friend's house. That one moves much better. Why did that one move much better? Strange. So anyone that's just joined, we're trying to build, we're basically doing a bit of a Jurassic World Evolution rip-off in this stream. We're building some of these things. Well, this is the same thing, but multiple angles. So we need this little wooden trim. So I mean, do we go obsessively accurate with this? I feel like maybe we go obsessively accurate. So there's actually 4 sections there. There's a lower section which looks like it's slightly darker. It looks like it's actually slightly set forward as well. If you look at that side there, it's actually slightly indented, isn't it? There's a step back there. And then we've got this wooden trim piece, and that top piece is narrower. There's less of that showing. So I need another bit. But definitely the one thing we're missing at the moment is the like recolor. Just being able to not recolor stuff is a bit painful. We'll just do that slightly further forward. You think the pole is out a little more? I will eventually definitely do a T-Rex habitat. What this habitat is for at the moment, I don't really know, but this is going to be a viewing gallery for something. But yeah, there'll definitely be a T-Rex. There's not a lot of dinos in the game, so I'm definitely eventually going to get. At the moment, we're quite limited on the numbers, so I will definitely be doing the T-Rex. Oh crap, didn't mean to do that. Interesting. Well, that's 2 pieces, isn't it? That's why. Yeah, on its second power pack. Oh yes, if you nudge it ever so slightly, it resets everything you've done. I remember having. So we didn't have a piece. We didn't have a console, but we did somehow end up with a. I think we had an Amiga. When I was a bit older, we had maybe we even had a Commodore 64 before that as well. And I remember we had this game. It's so weird when you think about the games that you used to play when you were a kid on consoles, and how completely different they are to these sorts of games we play nowadays. Oh, hello. I get that a few times. I've had that. That saving just kind of glitches you out. But yeah, we had this game that was like a side scroller. So you did something on the screen you were on, and then you finished that screen. You basically had to get out of the screen, and every time you got out of the screen, it shifted over and loaded the next one. And it was really hard. It was really hard, but one night we had this glitch. Me and my brother were playing it. We had this glitch, and for some reason we couldn't die. It seemed like it had kind of infinite. We'd got like infinite lives all of a sudden, and so we didn't turn. A fear of turning off the computer meant that we left it on for 2 weeks. And my mum never knew, but we left it on for 2 weeks because we just were worried that if we ever turned it off or restarted it, we'd lose this glitch, and this game was really impossible otherwise. Yeah, we left it on for like 2 weeks. And I can't remember if we actually completed the game. I guess we probably did. I'm not gonna look at it every time, Wes, because I mean it's not going to be 100%, but it's going to be as good as I can. Hey Tobias, how you doing? How did the computer not explode? Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. It was pretty... Thing is, they didn't have a lot that could go wrong with them. They were pretty, like... I mean, I remember we got for Christmas. So when we first got this Amiga, it had a quarter of a meg of RAM. And when we got a quarter of a meg, not a quarter of a gig, a quarter of a meg. And for Christmas one year, we got half a megabyte upgrade for RAM, and we were well pleased. They've redone Earthworm Jim for the PS3, and I heard they've done it for PS4. Also got an N64 with an upgraded chip. I think it's a Sega Master Drive 2. So it was Sega Mega Drive, wasn't it? Sega Mega Drive and Sega Master System 2. A lot of those old games get remade. I think I saw Streets of Rage the other day as well, which was an old Mega Drive thing. The trouble is, usually when they redo those games, they lose something. I don't know what it is. Probably just the nostalgia value. Right, so we need this little bit of... So this little bit of wood, this wood bit, is kind of overhanging, as you see. So we've got all 4 sides done, haven't we? That should be right. I'll probably do this with one bit. And this is the timber. So we can use this timber the other way, because these are vertical boards. Not really the right colour, although it is in the light there, so maybe it's alright. This is one of the coolest things about this, is that you can just, like, you forget how you can't do that in Planet. You can't do that in Planet Zoo. Spin it around the other way. So these are squished down like that. Imagine running PZ on that computer. Yeah, it wouldn't. I remember we had a game, like our best game that we had. What happens at the bottom of this then? I can't really see. I guess we'll just say it's like a beam at the bottom of this. Our best game was a game called was a Star Wars game called TIE Fighter. Oh crap! I didn't mean to do that. And it came on like 12 discs, and when I say discs, I mean floppy discs. So you'd play a little bit of the game, and it would be like, and now insert disc 5, and you'd hunt around for disc 5. And then you'd put it in the drive and you'd wait for 30 seconds while it went, and then you'd be like, oh, wow, got onto the next bit. And then like 2 minutes later, insert disc 4. Like, oh no. And then you'd be like, oh wow, look, next bit. It seemed like you spent more time putting discs in. And the thing is, there was always so many things to go wrong, because those little crappy floppy discs, they weren't exactly robust, I think that's how we ended up not being able to finish that game, because one of us buggered up one of those discs and that was it. He was screwed. Sunday nostalgia. Those were the days. Kids these days don't know what they've got to get. I love playing Home Alone on the Mega Drive, riding a sledge to all the houses in the street and setting traps for the wet bandits. I don't remember that one. We did have we had the Blues Brothers game as well. All films had a franchise, didn't they? They were pretty crappy, like franchise computer game bought out within like pretty much instantly. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I still haven't got my head round quite perfectly yet. The click off to the other. I don't have to click that now, do I? I can. I don't need to do it. I can just click off there now. Right, so in order to get these to be equal, I get told off for keeping them and then they get told where to go. How's the chat feel tonight? Does it feel a bit more on time, by the way? I am reading slightly older messages. Remember playing Alex the Kid a lot? Yeah. Paperboy and Alex the Kid. The oldest game I played was Wii Sports. Played Wii Sports the other day, actually. In fact, we played Wii Sports a bit at Christmas because there's nothing we could do. We couldn't go out and do anything. So I was like, should we get the Wii Sports out? I've still got my Wii downstairs. Sounds a bit weird if you're just coming in. That was an amazing film, Blues Brothers. Yeah, it's one of those films. I've got a bit of a weird memory for films, but it's one of those films I can pretty much remember every line to. Now you just get those films. I'm pretty sure it was because... So when we used to go and stay with my dad had like 4 films on old VHS tape. And the Blues Brothers was one of them. And it was taped off of the telly. And the first like 5 minutes were missing. We didn't know when we were kids. So we used to watch it. I don't think we were that young. I think it was when we were like, I don't know, 12 or 13, because it's got a few slightly sketchy bits in it. This overhangs slightly, doesn't it? And yeah, so we never knew, and then years later I caught it on television. I was like, oh, hold on, there's like a whole bit at the beginning here I never knew happened. I never saw the bit where he like got let out of jail. Never seen that. I can't really remember how it started, but yeah, that's one of my all-time faves. Nowhere near as laggy. Good. Sometimes it feels more laggy because I'm reading further up, but yeah, it definitely felt laggy the other night, didn't it? I think it was also slightly, exaggerated by what we were doing as well, because it's very unusual that I'm saying something and waiting for you all guys to do something. So I think it was a combination of the fact that I think it was laggy, and then I think it was the fact that we were doing the giveaways and stuff. So yeah, I think this probably does stick out a bit further. A bit more than that. I'm going to pull it out a little bit more. I'm off to lunch now. Maybe back on time, maybe not. No worries, Rem. Yeah, it won't be a long stream. It's probably only going to be kind of an hour and a half or something. I think that's probably all right. It looks like it does stick out a little bit more. There's also a third pole that I haven't got in yet. So look at that space there. I got 5 jailbroken Wiis with Wii Sports and others. Nice. So there is like a little bit of an overhang there. In fact, let's get rid of that one for now. And we'll put a little trim piece on the bottom of this, I think. But then again, you're not waiting for us to respond to a specific question. Yeah, exactly. It's difficult to tell. I think it was laggy in general. And I kind of know why. I think maybe I fixed what was the reason. It was because I scheduled it and I had never realized before, but if you schedule something and then you stream before the schedule, so because I'd scheduled that stream before the House Flipper stream, when I started, I think when I went to start the House Flipper stream or something, I can't remember, but it wasn't really happy about the fact that I was doing that. So I've got all new settings. I think that's why it got laggy. So there is a little nub at the top of this as well. I'll bring the screenshot in a second. So see that little kind of nub in there? It's like a little double bit of the post. Does anyone want to get shot with an airsoft? I mean, it'll be a good shot from wherever you are, Wes, to hit anybody else in the stream. I thought I'd doubled that up. Got to be careful with that sometimes. It's quite easy to do. So there isn't really much of that showing. Maybe I want a little bit more of that showing. Squish it down. Pull it out. It's not really there on the picture. Let's do that better. Okay, right. So we'll fix up these pillars then. So let's just squish one down. Right, let's squish them both down. Touch. So like that much. One wee I bought and then the others got given to me and didn't know what to do with them. You can shoot across the world. Go for it. I'll open the window. My window's open. Go for it. Might have to get the angle perfect, but I believe in you, Wes. I think I just placed the second one down on top of them. I did. Okay, so Control X, move this up. Squisharoo. Squisharoo. Doesn't let me squisharoo again, does it? Oh, it does. So you don't actually even need to place a second one. You just got to place it down, click on it, and keep on squishing. Epic. Right, so there's my little nubs, like that. It's not quite perfect, but it's alright. 4,600 miles, Wes. Been like being tickled with a feather, but I guess it's true. I mean, getting hit by an airsoft is not exactly a problem anyway. It's like they're like Nerf guns, aren't they? Okay, so that's that one. Those two are done. So we should be able to just get rid of those. Drag these over that end. Make sure we've got it sticking out nicely. Is that the same? A bit less. Yeah, there's a little gap there. Sounds like Wesley's played in Wanted. What's that? Actually, what I could do. Let's take those out a second. Back down this end. So if I take those again and I skews them down a little more that way, one at a time then. Ah, I forgot I did that. So if you've got more than one selected, it doesn't pop back to size like that, but yeah, it doesn't seem to like it if you've got only one. But you can resize them and then move them. So as long as you don't touch that resize thing, it won't pop back again. So as long as I don't touch that, I should be able to move this across, push it down. Did it resize? No, that's what I want. Cool. So it's a little tiny pointless detail, but it matters to me. It matters to me. The fact that there's a gap there. Okay, so get rid of that. It's better. So now we've just got the texture and no gap. Remember to duck this time tomorrow. Yeah. You'd have to shoot it. You'd have to shoot it so high up into the atmosphere that it went into orbit. It'd be like an asteroid. Did I get my little nubs? I did. Hey, Mama Bear. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're making a thing. Making a thing. We've done all the easy bit, basically. Is what I've done so far is all the easy bit. Spin round. Move. That overhangs slightly, didn't it? Was it a bit more than that? I think it was a bit more than that. And that one needs to move over so that we get it back in the right place. Interesting. Interesting. A film where they can shoot and curve the bullets and perfectly time the shot that they shoot from. Yeah, what's that? What was that film? Oh, Wanted. Right. I see. I'm back with you now. I'm back on your wavelength. Okay, so let's turn that, spin that round. Does that go in the right place? Yes. Move this over. Just want that little trim bit there again. It's all about the details. Still a little bit of a gap there, isn't there? Yeah, I don't really remember that film. I can't remember if it was any good or not. I remember it having some pretty crazy concepts like that. Cannot wait for them to give us the undo key in this. It would be so handy. At the moment it's tricky. Yeah, it looks alright. Looks alright. We're getting there. We've got a way to go. So let's have a look at. We're only working on the sides, but I need another post, obviously. It's a shame it's not quite as that's not proportionally right either, is it? It's got to be a bit shorter. So that's less than a. Is that maybe a quarter of the wall over there? I think that's about the quarter of a wall, and this looks like it's too big. It's not massively too big, but it is too big. Might be alright. What's going on there? Why can't I see that little dark bit there? Where's that? Man, the fine tuning on this game is so good. Hey Alexandra, how you doing? At 2 you'll have to get ready. No worries, I've probably only got about another half hour anyway. Because I said it was only going to be a short one tonight. Right, so let's go back at that reference picture, wherever it is. Oh, did I shut those pictures? Did I close my window with the pictures on? Egypt. There we go. So we need another post, obviously. You got a party suit. Is it a discotheque? What sort of thing's going to happen at this party, Wes? So Anderson is older than you, is he? 2 is in 1 minute, all right. As in, I ain't got time to talk to you, jive turkeys. Right, so this is the front edge. Yeah. In fact, I should do that. I should select both sides of that. Let's get that one as well. I think I got it. I'm thinking my posts are a bit fat, but I'm not sure. So that's like kind of there. Yeah, I think my posts are too thick in proportion to what I'm doing. Look. Scale's not right, is it, at the moment? What we should do is use a door as a reference. Actually, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. that picture gone? So I'm obviously on the other side at the moment. Am I on the other side? This is the front to the right. This is the front to the left. So we should be on the other side. Is that right? Alright, Wes, have fun, dude. Yeah, so this should be the door. There should be a door here. No. I mean, obviously the tricky bit's going to be the overhang and everything, but yeah, I've sort of felt the same. That he was definitely a bit older. Do, 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 do. Yeah, scale's not right. It needs to go. It needs to all go. I think it's just the posts. My posts are taking up too big a portion of the side. Like, I think maybe those are too wide as well. Right, let's see how let's see how it will deal with this then. So the whole thing has been on a group so far, and its own group. So will it just let me? It will not. Why is that? It won't let me scale it. Interesting. I don't really know why. Edit group. Let's put one of those over there just as a backup. I mean, I can resize the columns easily enough anyway. I'm wondering what's the restriction there then. So that's the first time I think I've come across a restriction like that. I think it's to do with, my guess would be that it's to do with the fact that I've got multiple. No, I don't know. Anything's on the grid. Interesting. Multiple pieces on the grid. I thought maybe multiple different grids, but it doesn't look like anything's on the grid anymore. It looks like everything's off. See down here, enable construction grid is toggled off. Alright, so we'll have to scale these each. That's tricky to get. Oh, is there even one in there? Oh, I don't know why it does that. Sometimes when it's doing the autosave, it just like throws my camera. There we go. I don't really want to make it smaller. In fact, actually, let's do that. And then that. That looks like it might be a bit skinny though. It's not far off. And then these sit in there. I think that looks better. I obviously need to correct the others, but proportionally, I think that's better. That's what I said the other day though. It's like This sort of not having to redo stuff in this game is one of the most. It's definitely one of the most amazing things. Like I didn't have to take those pieces away. I can just correct them. So that's all got to move now. Just want to make sure I've got none of that. In fact, let's not do that. Let's do this. That's better. And that's closed that gap up. Sweet. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. I think that's a better size. I'm happier with that size now, for sure. Oh. Oh, crap. Do 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 do. I will have fun. I will have fun, I tell you. It's quite easy now that they've done. So they made that change the other day. One of the changes they made in the recent patch was to make it so that you could just kind of click off anywhere. And that confirmed the piece. It was a little bit more prone to error in this for some reason than it does. I don't know if it's maybe. I'm trying to think now. It's so interesting sometimes how kind of unconsciously you do stuff in games, but after a while it just becomes unconscious. But I'm trying to think whether in Planet Zoo, to confirm something is a click, I think it is. It's just a click, isn't it? You just click into any space to confirm it. It's just been a few times in this where I have not intended to place something and I've confirmed that placement, and not having any undo makes that obviously a bit of a pain. Is that right? Hopefully I didn't stick it through. I did. Still needs to move over a touch, I think. That's better. I'd love to be able to have the option. I don't know if they'd ever be able to do it, but I've been able to shift the position where you resize from. There's some objects will resize just by, like, say, a post, for example. If you just resize it, it will just resize with the anchor point at the bottom of the post and just pull it up. Whereas some of these pieces resize from the center, so you're always resizing, like, you're not like. So if it was on a, I think Jonty said the other day, it's a bit like a software. It's like a 3D. It's almost like a 3D modeling software. But the one thing it's missing from that is that you're not like extruding from a surface, which would be the thing that would be if you'd have in a 3D modeling game, a 3D modeling software. So you'd say in a particular, I just want to pull this surface and pull it out and have everything else just kind of recalculate. Yeah, that's much better proportional size wise. That's top bit's still too. I think maybe it all needs to go down a bit as well. It's all a bit tall. See this center piece here. In fact, the gap between the door and that first piece on mine is see this gap here doesn't exist on mine, and then this one is shorter than this. Maybe it's alright. I think maybe we'll leave it alright like that. I think I'll just shorten these a bit. And we've got the trim as well. Have we got the trim? No, I didn't click the trim, it doesn't matter. I've been stuck on the scenario in PZ, the one where you put the crocs in the river all weekend. It's really a tough one that's been driving me mad. Is that one I've done? Maybe just a tiny bit smaller. I don't know how I end up keep closing that window. I keep closing that reference window down. Oh, no. Yeah, I feel like they just got a bit hard. I'm not sure I'm gonna. I'm not sure I'm gonna do any more of them. I'm not sure I'm gonna do any more of them. I'd much rather just do stuff on Twitch that's like playing fun games, and I think you guys seem to prefer that. Look at the numbers of people that view the streams and view the streams after as well. It's always interesting. Is that more people tend to watch me play, you know, Little Nightmares and those sorts of things, than watch those career mode things, because I think they just get a bit grindy, get a bit boring. Excuse me. Played it on stream and you put crocs in the river. Oh yeah, the like Russian one. The sort of yeah. Yeah, that one was hard, wasn't it? I remember being pleased with the fact that I did it in one smug mode. That I did it in one go. Are you just running out of money? That's usually the problem, isn't it? You just run out of money. Okay, so let's do. Hang on, I haven't fixed. I've got two ends different now, so this needs to disappear. Oh, shizer, didn't mean to do that. I don't know what I just deleted. Oh, right. Still not quite right. Still got gaps here. Obsessive as ever, but it's important I get it right because I'm going to use it again. Okay, that seems to be good now. And that's not a gap, it's just light coming through. In fact, there is a little gap there. I was sort of deliberately leaving a gap there because I wanted it to look like it's got another piece there, but never mind. Never mind. Restarted it 3 times, we've got it heading in the right direction now. I think I pretty much just did what I've done every time and start off by focusing on making money. I do think the crocs in the river was a good move though as well, because there's loads of people can view it from there as well. But I do vaguely remember it being hard. Sure if I'm unclicking something there or not. It's difficult to see, but we'll see if I move it. Oh, that looks pretty decent. Apart from the wall, apart from the door, obviously. So spin this round. Oh, just realised. It's not going to be right though, is it? Because the column is going to be at the wrong end. It's alright, I can fix that up easy enough. It's definitely shifted, it's definitely all shifted. So that's about the same. Got to go a little bit further. Cool, and then this one's got to move over. Oh, did I not get my little nub in? I didn't actually get my little nub in, that's why it's not working. Just do that by eye. No, don't do it by eye. Do. Right, so we're going to have done all of the easy bit on this. None of the difficult bit. The difficult bit will have to come in the next stream. I think that's an alright start though. So let's just get the other door. I don't think it's going to be super difficult to recreate this, to be honest. I think it's... But the bit that's going to be kind of impactful... oh, we're at the wrong end. Let's go the other way. The bit that's obviously going to be impactful is the roof, that shaped roof. Oh, sorry, clicked off it. I think that's all right. I think I'm happy with that so far. How am I going to make that happen? That's going to be tricky. So that's actually like a wedge shape, which I don't think I'll be able to do because I can't really make triangles easily. Definitely not out of the wood texture either. Yeah, it's recognisable at the moment. So let's just have a look at the other. Let's have a look at the other reference pictures. We'll just have a quick look see for a minute. So this is going to be what the roof looks like. That's kind of the front. I don't think it's too bad. I've just got, I mean, obviously the tricky bit is getting that curve shape. But it's basically just a massive circle. It's a massive circle copied round. Let's just very briefly look at how this would work. I'll show you briefly the technique. I mean, it's pretty much like that, but it'd have to be a lot bigger circle. And it's always going to be a bit of a trial and error to work out exactly what the sort of size of circle is. But we'll very briefly just kind of do this technique. So you need a piece that's on the grid. Are we in the modular group or something? In fact, let's save the progress. .3 minutes played. Okay, Kev. Okay. I believe you. Right, so gridded piece. I'm not turning it. I'm not rotating it. I'm keeping it there. Sorry, do that again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's say like 14. And I need one on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right, and the critical bit of this, the thing I buggered up on this when I did the dome the other day, is that, so I'm on the inner edge of the square there. See, there's an inner edge and an outer edge, and I'm on the inner edge, and I need to make sure that the other one is on the inner edge as well. Otherwise, when I swing them round, it won't line up. That's fine. So, in theory, all of that lot is now a group. Let's just make sure it's not a group with everything else in the world, which is what I tend to be doing quite a lot at the moment. This should all spin perfectly back on itself. See, as I spin that around, it just disappears back on itself. That's the basic principle of how you make a circle. Pretty much the same as how you do it in Planet Zoo. The only difference in Planet Zoo is that in Planet Zoo you have a piece, the mud pillar. That means you don't need two columns in the middle because the mud pillar sits. See how that, as I said, that one sits on the edge. The mud pillar actually sits in the center, in the perfect center of its square. And I think the mud pillars are like the only thing in the game that does that, and it allows you to rotate things easier. You can do it without them. You can just do it with these, like exactly the same method I'm doing here. And there may well be a piece that I haven't discovered that has the same principles as the mud pillar. But what we need to do, so we don't need to do it. So this is pretty much how I did the dome. This is the technique for how I did the dome. The difference being that with the dome, I had pieces coming up like that. So if you looked, imagine I mean, we can pretty much do it again. If I break the grid here, let's do I don't know, let's do like a 15. I think it was a 10 that I ended up having to use, but, and I move this up. I'm not 100% sure this is exactly how I did it, but it's pretty much, I may have, and then no, not that way. Not like that, Toves. Don't have an undo key. Stop hitting it. Okay, let's do that, because then that definitely stays on the grid. That's what I did. And now if I spin that one, I'm getting an angle. I'm getting a slowly progressing angle, and the bit you would have maybe seen in the speed build was that in order to have it, because when I duplicate this, it goes back to center. So I actually want to duplicate this, the bottom piece, bring it up. Well, it's not helpful that there's a freaking tree in the way, but it's near enough. It's near enough. Let's get around the other way. I don't know if this is exactly what I did the other day, but I'll have to look back at the footage and look, because I don't actually really remember now. Like domes are relatively easy to do. Domes that are like perfect are not easy to do in either game, and it will often be just because you end up with some tiny little discrepancy. And so if I was to rotate that now, obviously if I continued this all the way up to the top and I rotated it, the whole thing, I'd make a dome. But we don't need that. We don't need to do it like that. We need to do a much easier way of doing it. In fact, on my reference picture, which I've closed again because I'm an idiot. On the reference picture, the planks run front to back. Okay. Cool. Let's just move that back over there. So on my reference picture, the planks run front to back, which is what I'm going to be doing. So we need to, let's say, make that 5. In fact, we can freeball it. We can just eyeball it to like that. This probably won't be right on the first attempt. I'll be very, very surprised if I get it perfect. But as you can see, the bigger the circle, the less each one of these is making the sort of shallower the curve. See, there's quite a nice little shallow curve there already, but proportional wise to the rest of the build, we'll have to see. Welcome back, Rem. So let's just try this one more time, and then we'll just grab this section and we'll just have a look. Let's copy that. I'll leave that there. I'll copy that. And then we'll bin these. Oh. Did I just delete all the bits? I just deleted the whole damn thing. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Give me split from group. I think this is probably going to be too small, but we'll see in a minute. Okay, so what I want is that bit. Oh, this is... Why am I being so stupid? That. This will give us a rough idea of how big it needs to be. And the logic will be, if the curve is too, well, I'm adjusting the curve of this based on the size of the circle. That's what I need to adjust. Okay, so tacos. Am I moved that whole thing again? I'm trying to get these bits. I'm trying to get these bits out of the group. I don't want them in groups. I want just that. But there's no split from group. It doesn't work. I don't know why I'm making this anywhere near as difficult as I'm making it. Get rid of that. Okay, right. Is that going to work? I don't know if that's going to work. My brain's going numb. I need to end soon. Let's move this over again. I just need to go into each group. That's what I need to do. I need to go into each group and only delete the individual piece. It's a bit kind of clunky to do this at the moment. There's all sorts of combinations of keys going on. Okay, so that's one side. And I can just get rid of these now. This would obviously be way easier with the merge and split of groups. But for now it's tricky. Cool, right, so that's our bit. That's our test piece. We can't merge it together, but we can select all of them and we can move. So let's see what it's like. Actually not too bad. It's actually not too bad. Rotate. Oh, can I not do that? Why can't I do that? Oh, weird. So I can't rotate that because they're all separate grid. They're all separate. Oh, I think it's having a freak out on me. They're all separate groups. And I actually can't now click back on that group. What? So leave that group. I can't select any of that. That's so weird. So what? So what? Say what? This doesn't work either, does it? No. So I can't rotate this. Hold on, let's just see. Is it because they're all... I can't select them. That's so strange. Anyway, that's how I'm going to do it. I think it's doable. I think it's fairly doable. Obviously, I've got some weird little thing going on there that I can't select the piece. I selected it to bring it over here. Now, how come I can't? How come I can't select it? It does look amazing, doesn't it? It is amazing. That's so strange, man. I don't get how I can't move that. Can I Can I like drag a box around it or something? So what I'm doing is selecting multiple modular groups, which is what it's not happy about. But there is no way of doing this without doing that. I don't understand why it won't let me rotate about the other axis as well. I wonder if it's because these are set. I wonder if it's that. Strange. Anyway, right. I think that's going to be it for now, guys. There's definitely something going on there that's not supposed to be happening. But I think curve wise, like, it's difficult to tell, particularly from that picture, but I don't think curve wise that's too bad in proportion to my building. It looks like it overhangs off the back quite a lot more. But yeah, that's the method to how we'll do that. We'll do that whenever we do it. Right, let's go back to Big Toves. That one. So yes, as I said, this was just going to be a little short one tonight because I've still got quite a bit to do today. But yeah, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. Next week. Exactly. I haven't kind of worked out my new schedule yet. Because obviously we've got the Planet Zoo DLC coming out next week, but I think there's probably going to be, well, there'll be at least one more of these streams on here next week, and then probably a Planet Zoo stream, and then it's all going to be a bit chaos based around the new stuff, and there's going to be new things happening on Twitch as well, so stay tuned for that in the Discord. So yeah, thank you very much, peeps. I hope you've had a good week. It's been a good one, and I shall see you next week. Probably won't hear anything from me at all tomorrow, apart from the schedule, because I've got busyness to do. Catch you later. No worries. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one. What's the chart? I'm just going to press buttons and see whether anything works. I'm just going to press buttons.